So here we have that complex artwork which we created in my Illustrator Masterclass. And if you would like to create similar artwork in Illustrator, you can be checking my course. So anyway, let's go ahead and start coloring a character of Zeus, a very simple one. Of course, here on right, those are colored in Illustrator. And I'm gonna be zooming in to that guy in here, which is actually colored here in Photoshop. And we're gonna be discovering how to do that from scratch. So here I have my coloring layers on top of that artwork layer. So I'm gonna be disabling these layers, that one for that guy in here. And that was like a watercolor experiment, so I'm gonna be disabling that one. And here we have orange shade for our character, so I'm gonna be disabling that one. And also we have the coloring layer in here, so disabling that one as well. And let's select our artwork layer, creating a new layer on top of that, renaming that one coloring pink 2. Since we're gonna be doing the same, I'm gonna be selecting brush tool, regular brush tool. You can be switching between your different brush tools, holding Shift and B to cycle between them. So here we have brush tool, our main brush tool in that case. I'm gonna be swapping colors. We have a soft brush. We can be turning that one into hard brush for now, just for putting our base color. We have zero smoothness, so I need accuracy in that case. And let me also set flow to full as well. Now we need to be changing blending mode for our layer into multiply, and let me show you guys why we need to do that. So if we start painting over our guy, we're gonna be losing details. So we need to be switching to multiply, and we can start painting over him. And let's zoom in so you can see what we're doing. Brush tool once again. And don't worry guys, if you go outside like that, we can be using eraser tool to remove that excess color in here later. Reducing brush size to get these areas, tiny areas. And now we can be using eraser tool to remove that excess color in here and also in here and so on. Brush tool again, covering that part. Now we have our base color added to that guy. And if you are going after a 2D coloring art direction, you can keep it as it is, as it looks nice already. However, let's say we would like to add some shading or some reflections. We can be easily doing that in Photoshop as well. So let's say we would like to add a white shade. We can be switching colors by pressing X, and we can be using that color already as a shade, or we can be switching to white. And if you would like to save time and work in a fast way, you can be using heads up color display shortcut in Photoshop. Instead of reaching to your color panel, you can be pressing Control Option Command click on Mac, or Alt Shift right click for Windows users, where you will be getting that HUD or heads up color display for colors, and you can quickly switch to any color you would like. So here for instance we can be going to white, or we can be switching to another color from here as well. So we can be switching maybe to green, then we can be choosing higher saturation for the same color, or darker color, or even white in that case. And also you can be customizing your heads up color display by hitting Command or Control K to get into preferences. And here in general we can see that we have hot color picker, where you can be changing that one to hue strip instead of hue wheel, and now I'm using hue wheel small, and you get to choose different sizes as well. So you have small, medium, large, and same as well for hue wheel. However, I'm gonna keep it as this, hitting cancel. And getting back to our guy, now let's say we need to add some shade on left side. In that case I'm gonna be rotating that canvas by pressing R on keyboard. Then we can start rotating our canvas for better controls, simply like that. As I have better controls over my pen in that angle actually. So selecting brush tool once again, increasing brush size a bit. And now since we are about to add shades to our shape, we need to be using soft brush, as this will be essential also for blending colors and shades to give us a soft and nice transition between colors. And now also we need to be reducing opacity for our brush, maybe all the way to 25 or 26 in that case. Increasing brush size a bit and going maybe like that. Now this could be enough for our guy, however let's add even more. So going all the way like that. And let's say we need to add maybe an orange shade as well to our reflection, so selecting orange, we can go all the way like that. Maybe toning that one down a bit on edges, so switching back to magenta and going over that shade here to have a very soft transition. Since we are using only 9% opacity, we have higher control over our brush. And now let's add a gradient to our shape, which is not painting in that case. However, it's gonna be adding a shade to our character or our shape. So now we're gonna be creating a selection for our guy, selecting that tool in here called Magic Wand tool. And we're gonna be selecting our artwork layer, which is background copy layer in that case, creating a quick selection like that. Then we're gonna be creating a gradient color in that area. And we created that selection to have our gradient colors only on our guy. So now we're gonna be creating also a new layer on top of our color being 2. So let's say that one, gradient shade. Now I'm gonna be switching that color, selecting maybe light blue color. Then here we're gonna be selecting that tool, gradient tool. And you can see that we have a gradient between our foreground color and background color. You can be selecting from different gradients as well in here, or only foreground color to opacity 0. So that might be a nice option for us. However, I'm gonna keep it as it is on that color. And we have different gradient options. So now we have that one on linear, and also we have radial gradient options along with other options as well. So let's keep it as it is for now as well. And all we need to do is to start dragging our mouse simply like that in any direction we would like to have our gradient. So let's start maybe by that angle. So in that case we need to have that blue color on top. So I'm gonna be undoing that, pressing Command or Control Z, and I'm gonna be dragging from top to bottom, maybe from here. You can keep trying different angles as you can see. Now we can be removing that selection, going to select, deselect, and of course that's too strong, so we're gonna be reducing opacity for that layer as well. So now we have two kind of shades. We have that white shade along with that blue shade as well, if you would like to have that result. And now we can be pressing escape to get our canvas to its original position and zooming out to check our results. We can be also disabling that layer on and off. I think it's looking better that way. However, that's one way to create shades, also using gradients with lower opacity and maybe different blending modes. So we can be re-enabling that one and trying different modes for that one. Maybe multiply or darken, lighten, and so on and so forth. We can be trying color or maybe exclusion, which will be giving us a completely different result. So totally up to you guys if you would like to try these techniques. So those are the basics for digital painting. Hopefully you enjoyed that one, guys. And always remember that digital painting will be requiring lots and lots of practicing.